Hello, welcome to the first video I'm recording after getting back from vacation. We do have to be slightly more in this direction because my phone case may have broken a little bit. And turn this direction. There's a frame right here. We're not talking about it. October TBR. This is going to be my last TBR of the month. Or of the month. Of the year. This is going to be the last TBR of the year. And possibly, at least for a while. I don't think, at least I'll see for the first 6 months of 2025. Right, because a lot of the vlogs I have planned for the rest of the year are more, ones where I can mood read less set books. And then also, the benefit of me being on vacation is I got to mood read for basically a whole month. And I really enjoyed it. So other than like maybe like 4 or 5 books a month, I want to be mood reading, right? And that's about like a third of the books on average per month, right? If my average per month is 15, that's like a third of the books are only planned. And also that doesn't make a long TBR. So this is gonna be the last one for a while. I think there's 9 or 10 for this one. I don't remember. We're gonna start with book clubs, despite the fact that on the list it's all the way down there. Because I accidentally took over a book club. There was a thing when I read the Forked vlog where I was bringing up to people who I hang out on Twitch with a lot, and they were like, "Oh my god, that sounds like a great book. Oh my god." Or like a funny book, at least fun time. We should all read it together, and then we did. And then this month when Spoon came out, in October or September when Spoon came out, we all picked it up together, right? And then she was all like, "Hey, I'm giving you the power to take over officially." And then I made a whole entire like forum where people could actually, I did the full forum and making the wheel stuff before she gave me power. And then like I was halfway through and she was like, "No, here's the power." Because yeah, I kind of took over where people could submit horror/thriller books for October for the book club, and or as we call it, the book cult. And then we did a wheel today. That's why it's being recorded today. The day before this goes up. It's a good time. Anyways, one of the books I put 4 in. There were 17 entries for me, so it's not surprised I won. And hilariously, it's the one that wasn't on my TBR, which is The Children on the Hill, right? I've heard good things about it. Both the friends I'm friends with on Goodreads who've read it rated it 5 stars, especially one of them I have a lot of similar tastes with, like a lot. I know almost nothing about this except Frankenstein retelling, which, if you know anything about me, I have an obsession with Frankenstein and just everything around it. And it takes place in Vermont, at least partially. It may be dual timeline similar to was it the book of, no, not Book of Cold Cases, that's the one by her that I'm reading, the Simone St. James. The Simone St. James I read last year, but also that one where it's like dual timeline where like current day people are trying to figure out stuff that connects to the mystery from the past, and so you see both. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's a possibility, and I do like that aspect of her books a lot, so I may like that aspect of this book a lot, if I'm making any sense. This will be, I think, the second ever book I've read that takes place in Vermont. The other one is on this shelf, which is the haunted house kind of one by Riley Sager. The only Riley Sager I've enjoyed. It's like on the bottom back section. But yeah, that's like the first one I'll talk about. That's like the only one that's like not written down because I didn't know which one was gonna win until like an hour ago. The other book club one that I may read because it is on my TBR, again, I usually don't do them unless they're on my TBR already, is for Aline's book club, will be linked below. The Night Circus? I don't know. I'm scared of the Night Circus. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Like, it's one of those, I feel like, polarizing books where either you really love it or you really don't like it. And I'm not sure if it's something that I would really like. I think I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to see. And if I'm not enjoying myself, that's fine. and I'll move on with my life. And then it will be off my TBR, right? Buzzword, a-thon. I still haven't done the one for August, which is is that one August? Yes. Because I have 2 written down, which means that's this month, which is September, and next month. I have the audiobook of a book that will work for that. That is horror, blah, 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 from Hoopla. And I have like 2 days left on my loan, so I want to try to read that before the end of the month, right? All that jazz. So it's not on the list. The other 2 is Radio Silence, which is the one for this month, September, for, I think, Senses or something like that, right? Try and just make my way through all her books. Don't know much about it. Is that the one that is a Tory book? Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. And then hilariously, Past Me did this where she made the Buzzwordathon book for October, a mystery thriller. I love that for me. Which is My Lovely Wife, because I'm pretty sure the theme is relations, like sister, brother, wife, husband, all that type of stuff, right? My Lovely Wife is a thriller I've wanted, or mystery thriller I've wanted to read for a while. That fits the prompt. Perfectly fits it. Podcast. There's going to be an episode on a TV show. There's going to be an episode on a book that I've already read and taken notes on while I was away. So that means 2 more episodes that are both the erotica ones. I plan to read the Haunting Adeline duology because the first episode is supposed to go up like the 4th of October. So hopefully it'll be read and good to go before then. Let's hope. So it'll only be the second one. I don't remember if it's hunting or haunting. I don't know anything about this. Let's be real. I just know it's a dark, smutty book that is over 500 pages for both of them. And I'm scared. But then I also remember I was obsessed with Mindfuck. Do we need to like look at those timestamps for those episodes? No, we don't. They're so long. And they're so short for each individual one. Right? Like, 1.5 of these books is all 5 of those combined. Right? Like, let's be real. So like I'm going in full force. I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna try to enjoy myself. If I end up not enjoying myself, I will cancel both those episodes. I will cancel both the reading of those, and we just won't have a work in October because I'm not gonna worry about it. After only doing half episodes in September, there's future plans of just doing that in the rest or for 2025, and also minus a bonus episode in December. We're like almost done for the year for the podcast, so I'm not gonna worry about it. If I manage to DNF them and decide not to do them for episodes, I will just instead use that time I would have read those to get ahead for the podcast. Makes sense, right? Speaking of me getting ahead, I did write down Knifed. That's a hesitant, because that is the 3rd book in the 4th series, right? Because that is the book club pick for my book club for November. So, like, I may read at the very end of the month. I don't know. Because I also have to record a whole video on it. But also, like, I can read them in under 2 hours, right? Speaking of me reading ahead for the podcast, Sweet Sin is one. It's a prequel novella, I think, technically, of a series. I think it's Persephone and Hades. Don't quote me on that. I remember seeing that the author posted it online somewhere. It was like, I was already interested. I was intrigued by the series. And then she posted somewheres that, the first book, the prequel, whatever this is, was free for the day on Amazon. So I went, that's mine. Thank you. And then for a future, well, like the only theme vlog that has set books for the rest of the year, I do want to get a little bit ahead of, and that includes Dating Mr. Darcy. Do I know anything about it? No. I can picture the cover. It's a Pride and Prejudice retelling. Can you guess the theme of the vlog? Right? Me and my ability of not remembering what any book is about. It's a romance. I think it's contemporary, but if I remember like which one this is, she's like dressed in contemporary clothing and he's dressed in more Regency era clothing on the cover. walking towards her, so I don't know. I have read a Pride and Prejudice retelling where there is time travel involved before. I own it. It's on my shelves. Bestie's mother gifted it to me. It's actually my first vlog ever. Hilariously. That is so funny. I like took notes on it and everything. I was like, I didn't know if she wanted to back those, so I like was taking notes on sticky notes and like ripping them and putting them in the book. And then she was like, no, you can keep it. So there's just all those sticky notes in there. God, that was a wild time. And that was the last time I read a Pride and Prejudice retelling. Pride and Prejudice, my favorite, Jane Austen. Look at her right there. So beautiful. I have another copy of her. Just Pride and Prejudice. And also one of my favorite romances of all time. There's like only one other romance that I really, 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 really obsessively love. And that's While You Were Sleeping. I'm obsessed with both of them. So like, look at me go. And then the last book that I'm going to talk about is the bitch I am, is very behind on arcs. There's, I think, 3 arcs on my Kindle that I never read. Never did like the reviews, all that stuff. And it's like months after they were released. And I feel bad. I want to give them a fair shot. So, my plan for the rest of the year is to, like, I haven't applied for any new arcs. Well, technically I did, kind of. And, that one does come out in October, and I have already read it this month and posted a review and did all that stuff. Look at me go. But that's because the author kindly sent it to me. But, for this, I think the plan is to just read one of them a month, or try to. Of the 3, this is the one I'm least excited for, which sounds backwards. But I'm leaving the one I'm most excited for December, because December's going to be chaotic no matter what I do, right? And that is The Gilded Crown. Do I know anything? No, it's fantasy. I haven't had good luck with the fantasy books I've gone from NetGalley, so I'm worried. But yeah, that's the last one. That's like all I know about it. Could I look up stuff about all these books? Yes, will I? No. No, I will not. Thank you very much. So I'm going to try to read that and do my review of that. Probably won't do an Instagram post because I'm so behind on those. So behind, on my arcs. But yeah, I'm going to give that one an attempt. I love how 3 of these are, I'm going to give them a solid try, but if I DNF them, oh well. This is why I'm not doing TBRs anymore, because that seems to be a thing. And then also, I want to mood read, okay? Let me live my life. That's kind of the point of the finishing series vlogs, initially, kind of, partially. But yeah, that's the last one. That's it. I'm gonna go edit this whole damn thing, goddamn. Thank you for coming to this video. If there's any of these books you think I would really love and want me to read sooner rather than later, earlier in the month, let me know. Below in the comments. Wednesdays are normal booktube videos, vlogs. The next week's will be the quarterly wrap-up, which will include all the books I read on vacation. There was one day where I read over 700 pages. We will not be talking about it. It's fine. We're fine. There was a heat wave, bestie. It was when I was cat sitting, so she was away. So it was just me and 2 cats in a very hot apartment, and I didn't want to leave into the humidity. And so I just sat inside and read 700 pages. And that's fun. My shoulder did hurt taking a bunch of books back to the library. Other than that, Fridays here is me gaming videos from me streaming. I think the next one, okay, yes, because this is this week's video. The next one will be Supermarket Together, which is Supermarket Simulator, but free, and you get to hit people with brooms. It's so much fun. And yeah, it's a chaotic time. I get highly obsessive with it. And I organize too much in it. It's fine. And then, of course, Friday's podcast, though there's not one this week. So, you know, the best way to stay tuned for that would to either be following it on where you listen to podcasts or subscribing and ringing the bell on the YouTube channel, just saying. I find myself so funny. I'm gonna go. Thank you for coming to this video.